Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us again today. And as you can see, almost 3 weeks after the storm, we are still in the recovery rescue mode. We still have search and rescue teams with us here in Asheville at Trinity Baptist Church, and we're still working together with Hearts with Hands. We're partnering with them as they also feed over 5,000 a day on that end of the county at Swannanoa, while we're working here in Asheville feeding this side. One of the exciting things is, I told you last week that we had a well being dug. It got certified, it's in use, and the other well is going online this coming week, and that's going to be open to the public. I'm walking now through the gymnasium, the Family Life Center, and you get a little bit of the idea of the materials that are here. We're sort of moving into a second phase because the cold weather's coming. And Andrew, I'm going to go behind you a little bit and show them the blankets and the boots. And so people are going to be needing to stay warm. Their house is damaged, a wall is gone, the roof is cracked. So over here we have boots, and then how do they start cleaning up? Well, you got to have a metal rake. And so we've already given away hundreds of metal rakes and boots. Maggie just told me 50 pairs of boots just went to one fire department. And then we're getting toboggans in and socks in. And then look over here at the shovels. And the shovel that they need is this shovel. It's called a square point. And this can go under the mud and in the house, and they can get it off the floor and then start the cleaning process. So the square point shovels are very, very helpful. And then the cleaning supplies, we get a bucket and we put cleaning supplies in it. Some families have no stove, their kitchen was destroyed, so you can see we've got charcoal coming in. And then we also have camping supplies. We got cots here. A lot of their bedding was destroyed. We've got another company in Hickory, North Carolina. Pastor Paul Deal's working with us down there, and they've donated over 100 regular mattresses and 100 twin mattresses for the people that lost their bedding or it was had gotten wet when the roof blew off. So we're trying to put it all together, and you're a vital part of all of that. So I want to thank you. I want to say that if you'll take time to go to that 800 number on your screen, if you'll also go, you can give online. Trinity Baptist Church, Ralph Sexton Ministries, all of that is available for your help. And if we're already in your giving system, you can write a check. Ralph Sexton Ministries, P.O. Box 6465, Asheville, North Carolina. If Trinity Baptist is in your giving system as a missions church, that's Trinity Baptist, 216 Shelburne Road, Asheville, North Carolina. Pastor Winston Parrish has worked tirelessly. Brother Andrew Weinbarger has stood right beside him, making sure that we had a communication system up and running. And we want to thank several people out of NASCAR and churches that have made sure that Starlinks got to us, and we're grateful for all the help so we can get word to you. If you want to give monetarily, a couple of things I know of we need right now is Hearts with Hands needs a couple of golf carts. If you have a used golf cart, you're not using it, you call the office and the number's on your screen and tell the secretary you want to talk to me personally and I will call you. If you have a special gift that you'd like to do with a track hoe or a bobcat, any type of equipment, then you just call her, say, have Pastor Ralph call me, and I will return your call. Chainsaws are still needed. We had the rescue team from Vermont show up day before yesterday, and they had burned up 2 saws just trying to get through a tangled web of trees. They could see bodies trapped inside, and they couldn't get there. So if you can help us with a chainsaw, a generator, any of those type things are most appreciated. Obviously, it's the easiest way. If you want to give, we can buy what we need. We're buying tractor and trailer loads of water for the outside shower and the laundry to service the community. We have to buy ice from out of town. It's coming from down near Kingston. It costs about $6,000 for a tractor trailer load of ice. So you help us any way you can. You can write to us, Ralph Sexton, P.O. Box 6465, Asheville, North Carolina. Down on the bottom of your check, make sure you put flood relief or disaster relief. Do the same thing. If your Trinity Baptist is in your giving system, you repeat that process, TBC, and that's 216 Shelburne Road, Asheville. And down on the bottom of the check, put disaster or flood relief. More than anything, we need your prayers. A lot of people are bereaved. They're brokenhearted, some are injured, people are in the hospital, families are separated, families have lost loved ones. And you can help us today. As the phones are ringing, you call an 800 number, you let us know that you're a part, and we'll appreciate it. Keep us in your prayers. We love you and thank you for all that you do.
Hi everybody in America. So many of you have been calling, asking what you can do to help. The first thing I think that I'd like to ask you is just realize the severity of the storm that we saw in western North Carolina. You may see some of the damage here behind us. This is far, far more than any of us could ever imagine or contemplate. Also, feel free to go to my webpage or my Facebook page. There'll be a list of folks that places there that you can help out. Of course, ralphsexton.org would be a great place to volunteer or look for where you could send funds or supplies to help these folks that are so displaced and tragically affected by a storm. God bless you all.
Congressman,
We're
thank
going to
you
get through this.
for coming to our district, and thank you for making the effort to come and travel. Walk the streets with us, talk to the people, shake their hand, and hear their broken hearts and voices. And if you've encouraged us today, they're busy. Well, I want to thank you for staying with us. This is a very, very important program. Ralph Sexton Ministries and Trinity Baptist Church. Obviously, you know the history. You know TBC has always been the home of RSM. That's where we work out of. And today we're pooling our resources and we're pooling our efforts together. I'm standing here. This is off the Norfolk Southern Railroad system. And it snapped it off and it's come downstream in here to Biltmore. This right here is a truck container off the back of a tractor and trailer. Around me you can see containers and tractors and trailers that have been washed down. So what are we doing at Trinity? Can you help us in Asheville? As I told you, the interstates have been cut off. I-40 westbound is in 2, eastbound is in 2. I-26 into Tennessee has been cut by the Nolichucky River, taking out the bridge and all of the interstate. So we've been isolated for days. We have no water. The intake pipes out of our big, beautiful Norfolk Dam, that was washed out, and we're not able to help have any water into the city. As the power comes back on, we have a double problem. The outlying areas that are starting to get power, when the power comes on, the house catches on fire. And the fireman told me this morning, he said, when that happens, then we don't have any water to put out the house fire and it burns to the ground. So what are we doing to help? The Buncombe County Emergency Management Team has asked us at Trinity Baptist Church, our 23-acre campus, we've turned it into an emergency management compound. But right now, they're sleeping there and we're feeding them all their meals right in our church family life center. We're working there. So what we're doing is we're bringing together the resources, and people are donating food, water, supplies, chainsaws, generators, and they're all bringing it right there to 216 Shelburne Road in Asheville, North Carolina, and we're offloading it. We're turning that into a warehouse, and this is not for public distribution. This warehouse is to feed the firemen. You'd see the TV program Chicago Fire. Well, their search and rescue team is there. Louisiana water rescue team is there. Vermont sent 4 trucks from Vermont with their search and rescue boats, and different cities and more are on the way. Help is on the way. And so we're feeding them. If this is the church, then we've taken our gym, we've turned that into a giant warehouse of groceries and meat and food, and we're cooking. We feed them there, their breakfast, pack them a lunch, and then we feed them supper when they come back in. At the same time, when they leave, then we're cooking meals for all the fire departments. They don't have any support, and the trucks go out. As Andrew and I were leaving Trinity, 2 of our teams were coming back in to restock fresh meals. They have them in to-go plates and send them out. Your financial gift is helping buy the supplies that we need to cook and feed them. And then when we finish feeding them, then they come back and load up all of the baby supplies, the milk, the formula, the diapers, and the non-perishables with a pop-up top. Those go back out to those fire stations because they're with the people. And used to a distribution site, people come to us. They can't get to us. They don't have any gas. The roads are still blocked. So we send it to those fire stations and they are distributing it in their community. I'm going to prayerfully ask you to go to your phone, if you have phone service, and call that 800 number on your screen. Help us help them. If your church wants to do a fundraiser or a fund drive and raise some money and give a substantial gift, make that check out to TBC Asheville, and that will go to on the bottom where it says for, it'll go to the disaster relief or flood relief. And you can send that in, and that way we'll help pay the overhead of the church because it's now being used as a relief center.